What's going on, movie Rounders Live? I'm Matt, Tony, Bethany. Hey, well, thank you for watching us on a Thursday night. I know we're a little bit late. Blame Tony for this.
Yeah, it's all
research late, but we're happy to have you here. We're excited. We're going to be talking movie reviews. We're going to do our bracket. We're going to talk about upcoming things and a very hands-on episode with you guys tonight. So go ahead and hit us in those comments. Let's make sure that those work because this doesn't work without you, the fans. So let's just go around real fast. Just say kind of what we've been up to since we haven't seen you in quite a while. Tony, what have you been up to?
Working. Trying to get
really?
trying to get caught up with movies and what's going on. Trying to get. I just almost finished the second episode of Loki, so no spoilers. No, you can go ahead and say it. I'll finish it. I've only got 15 minutes left on it, but just the regular.
Bethany, what's been going on with you?
Hoping Tampa Bay loses every time they play and being let down because they have Vasilevsky. I've been crocheting. I make things.
Yes.
Perhaps you've seen it. This is going to be something. But
yeah. Daniel, what have you been up to?
There are movies.
It's been fun. I've just been having a blast, and we're in summer right now as far as like college goes. I'm teaching a summer class. I'm doing college for kids. I'm managing chaos, 45 children just coming at you at a full speed. You name it. I've been making ceramics and art and making stuff and creating stuff and, doing all kinds of game development and this and that. And I'm excited about everything. So it's fun.
Yeah. So we've all been very busy, as you can see, but what we're going to do is we're going to start off with just some movie reviews. And what I've done is we've got a lot of movies to review and TV shows. So we're going to keep these reviews short. Then we're going to give you the grades after the fact. I told everybody if they don't keep it nice and short and crisp and to the point that I'll start playing the Jaws theme song like they do at the Oscars to play them off the stage. If you guys have also seen the movies, let us know in the comments what your grade of the movie would be as well. We'll keep this all.
Wait, you didn't tell us what you've been up to.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been on the beach, and trust me, if I took my shirt off, it would show. I got crispy fried there.
Someone just had a 5-year anniversary.
I did have my 5-year anniversary, so
congratulations.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all. So happy to be back. Happy to be talking about movies, and happy to be back in the movie theater where we all belong to get to review these movies. So without further ado, and we won't spoil any of these movies for you. They're all still kind of fresh, new. So there will be no spoilers for any of these. So we're going to start with A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, some of these, this one came out just strictly into theaters. I know a lot of people have been watching things on HBO Max, so maybe not everybody has seen A Quiet Place Part 2. But I know one person who has, and that is Daniel, because he sat next to me in the theater watching it. So, Daniel, what were your thoughts on A Quiet Place Part 2?
Oh, wow. We had a great time. I think this is like first movie I'd been to theater, maybe if I'd been into for like a very long time. And we had a blast. It was like 3 or 4 of us sitting there watching it. And I was on the edge of my seat and I just couldn't stand it because those movies, you get so sucked into them. And this is definitely a lot of fun. And I would say if you want to go to the movies and watch a good movie, this is a good one. I mean, because it's pretty intense. I loved it. I'm not going to give anything away, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I think it was a nice step up from the last one. Let me just say that. It was intense.
Yes, I agree with Daniel. A Quiet Place is the perfect movie to watch in theaters because it's always fun to watch everybody try to eat their popcorn real soft and people not trying to make any noise. A Quiet Place Part 2 just, I don't want to say surpasses the first one in every way because the first one is really good, but the second one was just as good up there. John Krasinski is so good in the director's chair. Emily Blunt, the 2 young actors, they're so good in this movie. They make everything just flow so seamlessly. Adding Cillian Murphy was the perfect touch. He is so good in this film. The opening scene of this it just puts you right in the seat. And as much as I love the movie, watching Daniel's jump scare reactions was almost better than the movie itself. It was just hilarious to me. Bethany, did you see A Quiet Place Part 2?
I didn't. I need to go see it. I know, I was like, I still haven't had a chance to see it, so we'll do the show next week. And then I didn't go see it. So maybe this weekend. This past weekend was really busy with work stuff. And then, the torrential downpour that took out the power for 24 hours. So I really want to see it. I remember when it came out, I pretty much saw the movie on opening night because we had to stand in the theater, make sure everybody behaves. So I got to watch the movie on my shift at work. And so I'm very excited to see the new one. I'm excited to see Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt together. I think they'll be a very good pairing.
All righty. And just in case, I'm going to bring this. Well, I tried to bring that comment back up, but it won't come back up right now. If you look in the comments over here, you see DOTPOTA. That's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. For anybody who doesn't know that, that's what Phil's talking about. Tony, what did you think of A Quiet Place Part 2?
I loved it. I have some friends that saw it that said they thought the concept of the way it's not a lot of noise and stuff was kind of boring, but not for me. It kept me on the edge of the chair. You can tell that dynamic duo of those two, as far as acting and directing, they're new at it and they care about the craft and they're really putting a lot of love into the story. And that opening sequence that went back to day one, when it ended, I wanted more of that. I mean, it was the action and what was going on, then it freezes that and it goes to present day. And it's like, oh, stop, I want some more of this. It was so good the way they showed kind of how it all started out. But the story is great. There's not a ton of language. So it's like, it's not trying to be shocking based on the visuals. It's just great storytelling. It's great scares all the way through. I thought maybe I was figuring out what was going on, and no, it shifted and moved around how it was doing the story. So it kept me guessing all the way. And so I loved it. I think if you like the first one, you will love the second one.
All right. What grade would you give it, Tony?
I'd give it A+. I loved it.
All right. Daniel?
Where are we going? A to F?
Yeah.
Are we doing numbers? Or are we doing letters?
Well, you just did
whatever you wanna
letters,
do.
so I guess we're doing letters tonight.
We're doing letters tonight.
Baby. It's all letters.
I give it a B+.
B+.
That's a drastic difference between the two of you.
I'd give it an A myself. It's
it's
really
fun.
good. And I would encourage everybody to go see it. If you have seen it, let us know what your grade in the comments would be. So we're going to move on to our next movie review before we get into our bracket here. I think everybody saw this. This was on Netflix. It is Army of the Dead from Zack Snyder. So we're going to start with Tony on this one. Tony, what did you think of Army of the Dead?
So flip it. You go from storytelling that I think is really done well, and it's engaging and it's not shocking for the sake of being shocking, to this, which was shocking for the sake of being shocking. It's language, it's over-the-top violence, it's zombies, if that's your thing and you love zombies, you're going to be all for it. But to me, it wasn't my cup of tea. And at the end, I still had questions. There were some big holes left in the way the story was told about how certain things happened and what was the fate of certain characters. They just totally just dropped them and you never saw what happened. So I thought Batista did a pretty good job. This was him trying to show a little bit of acting chops, giving him some range. But all in all, it's just another zombie movie with an interesting kind of spin on it.
All right. Bethany, did you see Army of the Dead?
No, that's my gimmick, Matt. You know I don't watch movies.
Exactly. All right, Daniel, Army of the Dead.
Okay, I want to say it was amazing, and I mean, just from a technical standpoint, the way they filmed it, a lot of the scenes and the actors, people were not even there, and let me tell you, there's a Mississippi native, and y'all know Tig Notaro. She did phenomenal. Like, her role was amazing. She's kind of like this smart aleck type helicopter pilot. I mean, if you just want to see it for her, she's great. I mean, it's amazing. And then you got Batista and all these great people, and it's just nonstop coming at you, zombies. you're gonna love it. I mean, if you like it, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
No, this movie was all sorts of bad, all sorts of terrible. The whole zombie genre just really needs to go away at this point. There's nothing really redeeming about it to me at all. Just your typical action type, go out, beat up zombies. They kill off characters that you really want to make it, and they keep characters that are just turds the whole way through. I normally am hit or miss with Zack Snyder. I do love Watchmen. I do hate Justice League. So this was just all around terrible. There's nothing redeeming about it. And I wasted my time on Netflix. I would give it a D. If we're going with letters tonight, it gets D for me. Daniel?
Well, I mean, I have to go with at least a C+ since I was so positive about it. So.
Darby. You really want to start that? Darby?
Good to see you, man.
Tony, what would you say?
With what he was saying about Tig, I mean, that character she played, at first I actually thought they must have brought in a real helicopter pilot to do this role because she didn't feel like a polished actor, but it felt like the right part. Just the way she but when I heard it was all done in post, but her character to me was one of the ones that kind of kept it interesting. So because Tig was in it and it kind of kept it a little interesting, I'll give it a C. But all in all, to me, it's just another zombie movie.
All righty, we got hockey battles going on down here in the comments. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to kind of shift gears from our reviews real fast. We're going to get into the first round of what I'm hoping you all came here for. It's what you all get to comment on. We hope we get as much participation from you all as possible. It is going to be best female action star from our brackets. I went ahead and on the left side of our bracket, we came up with what our 4 choices were. So we're going to stay off of that for a second. We're going to go to the right side of the bracket. And I kind of just broke it up into a bunch of female action stars. And we're just going to kind of have you guys vote on it. We'll give our votes as well so that you all have time to comment. But we're going to pop this up. Like I said, on the left side was the ones that we chose ourselves. We're going to get into that. We'll have them battle. But for now, we're going to focus on the right side. And we're just going to start off the top with Kate Beckinsale and Linda Hamilton. So y'all go ahead and tell us, is it Kate Beckinsale or Linda Hamilton in the comments? We'll start off, and I will start it with saying Linda Hamilton is the better female action star. Just what she did from the Terminator franchise. She's going from that first Terminator where she was the helpless damsel in distress to coming back and being that female action star in the second Terminator. I love the Underworld movies, but I think Kate Beckinsale is more of a rom-com type actress with a great role in Underworld, whereas Linda Hamilton is that action movie star. So I'm going to go with Linda Hamilton myself. Daniel?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Linda Hamilton is like great. I mean, she's seasoned. She's a little bit older. She's amazing. She has acting chops. It was just bar none. I would take her any day over Kate Beckinsale.
All right. Bethany?
You're neglecting the fact that Kate Beckinsale put her fingers in a man's neck in Pearl Harbor. That's action right there. she had her fingers in a man's neck, kept him alive, saved his life. I like Kate Beckinsale. I think she's great. I liked her in Total Recall, so I'll go with Kate Beckinsale just because Darby picked Linda.
Yeah, don't forget, y'all. Put down Kate Beckinsale or Linda Hamilton. I see 2 votes right now. Let's try and get some more votes out of that. Tony?
I'm going to surprise you. Linda Hamilton in Terminator 1 was just a scared girl. And they tried to rebrand her in Terminator 2, but that's it. She's got nothing. I mean, you had the latest Terminator, but that to me was an abysmal failure. So I think Kate Beckinsale's got it. I mean, she's done all the Underworld stuff. She came back and did Total Recall and knocked it out of the park with Total Recall. To me, that was a sleeper movie that didn't get.
It really was.
I mean, it was a good flick. So between those 2, I'm going to say Kate Beckinsale.
All righty. So we got 2 and 2. 2 for Kate, 2 for Linda Hamilton. All right, so we're going to look here at the comments. Darby says Linda Hamilton, so 3-2 Linda. And then Jamie says Kate, so back to 3-3. I think we got the actual answer here from Tim says Bethany is right. Yes. So He's going to go with Kate. So I believe that's 4-3. If I go back to Danny here, he says what Tony said. He picked Kate. So that's 5-3 Kate. And Dacnery, I always feel like I'm saying that all wrong. Going to say Kate as well. So right now that is 6-3. And I'll give it a few seconds to see if any more votes come in for anybody who might be a little bit behind. But going once, going twice, and sold. It's going to be Kate Beckinsale that makes it off the top of that first part of the bracket. So we'll keep that in mind because I don't have my stuff here to change that on the fly. So Kate Beckinsale will make it out of that. A little bit of an upset there, if I do say myself. All right, looking at the next one, we're going to have Michelle Rodriguez versus Scarlett Johansson. So Michelle Rodriguez, Scarlett Johansson. We'll start with Bethany. Don't forget to comment Michelle Rodriguez or Scarlett Johansson there in the comments, Bethany.
We all know I don't like Scarlett Johansson. She's from the Jennifer Lawrence comes from her school of one face acting. I'll go with Michelle Rodriguez. I'm not a huge fan of her either, like on a personal level, but I prefer her to Scarlett Johansson because she has more range.
All right, Tony.
I gotta say Scarlett. I'm looking forward to Black Widow coming out. I mean, she's had staying power in the Marvel universe, surrounded by a bunch of guys, and has slowly evolved that character from somebody that was tight spandex and curly hair to something that's got a little bit of range. I think in her mind, she's done the best she could, considering the market they're marketing to. You're a 16-year-old comic book dude. But I think Scarlett's my pick.
Their story sucked. Don't even bring that in here.
Daniel.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of on the fence about this. Michelle Rodriguez, she was in like the Fast and the Furious movies. I just saw that, so you got that, and I don't know, but I'm Scarlett Johansson nuts, so I'm gonna have to go with Scarlett. So yeah.
All right. So as I look at it as a whole, Scarlett Johansson, she's very good actress when you take her out of the action type role. She's good in the Avengers, but Michelle Rodriguez is the more ultimate action star from the Fast and Furious series, the Resident Evil, the Avatar. She's built to be the action star. Even in Lost, she was that action character that didn't take no nonsense. So I'm going to go with Michelle Rodriguez just based on the more films that she's done action-wise. So
can I change mine? I changed mine to Michelle Rodriguez.
We're going to flip-flop here from Daniel. Yeah. Daniel says Michelle Rodriguez now. So I believe that is 3-1 for Michelle Rodriguez. Let's go.
No flipping from me. I'm not flipping.
All right. So 3-2 with ScarJo, and this should be 3-3. All right. 4-3 now for ScarJo. And D, gotcha. D says Michelle. So 4-4. Attaboy Tony, who also went with Scarlett Johansson. So that's 1 for Scarlett Johansson. Tim says Bethany is right. I'm a Marvel fan, Black Widow in comics. So ScarJo absolutely does not deserve the nod. Michelle. All right. So 5-5. Darby says Michelle Rodriguez. So 6. Trying to see if anybody else. And Jamie down here says Michelle. So that is 7-5 Michelle Rodriguez. All these other ones. Oh, wait, changing mine as well.
Yeah.
Adam Moore forgot about Lost. So Adam flip-flopping now makes it 8-4. And we've got Michelle Rodriguez here from my internet mom. And we've got another Michelle Rodriguez here. So thank you all for joining us in here. Michelle Rodriguez looks like she's just going to take this. I believe it's like 10-4 or something like that.
10-4.
So, yeah. Phil also flip-flopping. He's going to say Michelle Rodriguez as well. So a lot of flip-floppers in that one. So Michelle Rodriguez will move along. So
none of y'all better go watch Black Widow then.
Yes.
I'll be there. Yeah.
So if we look at the bracket
from
real
what
fast,
I've seen, she's the side character in that movie.
Yeah. So if we look at this real fast, Kate Beckinsale and Michelle Rodriguez are going to make it off the top. So we're also going to finish down here so we get to the first round. The next one is going to be Zoe Saldana versus Mila Jovovich. Hopefully I'm saying that to the best of my ability. Zoe Saldana, Mila Jovovich. You all vote in the comments. You know what to do. We're going to start with Daniel on this one. Zoe or Mila?
Coffee.
Gosh. I mean, this is so hard because Zoe was in the Avatar series and all of that, but I'm gonna have to go with Mila just because she's amazing. Like I've loved her forever, and she's just wonderful. So
All right. I love Mila. Mila is really good in action. Basically everything I said before with Resident Evil and all that. But Zoe Saldana kicks absolute butt. If you're looking at Guardians, if you're looking at Avatar, if you're looking at Star Trek, The Losers, she's in so many action type things, and I love her in all of them. So I'm going to go with Zoe Saldana. Bethany?
I'm going to go with Zoe Saldana, too. I mean, you named most of them. You also left out Colombiana, which is one of her, like, really good ones. So, I mean, I like Mila Jovovich, too. I think she's great. But I think Zoe has the wider background, I guess, in it. Whereas Mila really, I don't know her really outside of anything Resident Evil related.
Fifth Element. The Fifth Element. The other big one.
I don't watch movies. So, but I've seen more of Zoe Saldana's work when you look at the two, obviously, they're both action stars based on the two, like Mila is just for Resident Evil versus Zoe. You have that, like I said, that wider palette where you see everything that she does. So I go with Zoe Saldana.
All right. Tony?
I liked Fifth Element when she played the character in that, but ever since then, it's pretty much just been Resident Evil, and I've just never been a huge fan of the Resident Evil franchise. It's just kind of like the same movie over and over and over, and Zoe has done range in the kind of things she does. She's chosen a lot of different things. She's made some right choices and landed in some really good intellectual properties.
Yeah.
To me, it's hands down easily Zoe wins.
All right, so y'all make sure you get your comments in here. I believe that was all four of us who said Zoe, if I remember correctly. All right, so we're going to take a look down here. Darby says Mila. Chance says Mila. And Phil also saying Mila. All right, and then we've got y'all sleeping on Multipass. And then Tim's going to go with Zoe as well, so I believe that's 5-3. And I'm not seeing any – oh, there we go. We got another one for Zoe here from Adam. I'm going to give it a few more seconds just in case anybody else is behind a little bit here. But right now we got 6-3 in favor of Zoe Saldana. And another one for Zoe here coming from Jamie. So going once, going twice. It's going to be Zoe Saldana who moves on from there. About Megan and Penny says, I'll count Megan's, but not Penny's. Cindy also saying Zoe. So we thank you all for that. Zoe's going to move on. And now the last part of that right side of the bracket in the first round, we're looking at Pam Greer. And if a lot of you don't know Pam Greer, big 70s actress, Jackie Brown. She was Foxy in the 70s, big action star against Lucy Liu. So Pam Greer, Lucy Liu. We're going to start with Bethany on this one. Y'all throw in the comments if you want Pam or Lucy. Bethany.
Lucy Liu all the way. I mean, it's Lucy Liu. You don't get better than Lucy Liu, honestly. So. All
right, Tony.
Tell me again who Pam Greer is.
She was an action star in the 70s. She played Foxy. And then, of course, Tony would not know Jackie Brown because it was directed by
Quentin Tarantino.
So Tony does not care for
I'm going with Lucy Liu also.
All right. Daniel.
That's a tough pairing because Pam Greer is like the original GOAT. I mean, come on, she's amazing. But I do love Lucy Liu in 1,000 ways to Sunday. I mean, she's amazing. So, but it's tough. Gosh. Whew. But Lucy Liu, I'd say Lucy Liu because I love the whole Charlie's Angels movie that she was in with them. And she's just got a stellar career and she's fun and amazing. So I'm going to go with Lucy Liu on this one. So,
I mean, Pam was great for her time in Jackie Brown. But I just grew up more with Lucy Liu, like I said, for Charlie's Angels with. I
agree with that.
I love her. Lucky Number 11, Kill Bill, obviously. So I'm going to go with Lucy Liu myself as well. I believe that was all four of us once again that went with Lucy. So let's take a look down here. Jamie went with Lucy. Adam, who also says he's showing his age down there. We got another one for Lucy. I believe that's 6-1. 7-1. Phil, I say Lucy only because I've ever known Pam and Jackie Brown. Pam is important, but Lucy is Lucy, so another one for Lucy there. Chance with Lucy, Cindy with Lucy, and Pam played in James Bond 007 movie, Tony, so there you go. All right, so taking a look at that, it looks like it's going to be Lucy Liu that kind of runs away with that one. So with that said, that is going to complete what that first round of the bracket looks like. So I know there's still people all over the place, but it is going to be Kate Beckinsale against Michelle Rodriguez, and it is going to be Zoe Saldana against Lucy Liu. And then, of course, on the left side, we will argue about those ones as well. Those were the original ones that were picked by us, the movie rounders. But before we get into that part of the bracket, we've got a few more of the reviews coming up here. So the next one that is on our list is some of us went and saw Cruella. You might have watched it on Disney Plus. You might have watched it in theaters. I'll go ahead and start off the review on this. If you guys have seen Cruella, let us know in the comments what you thought. Give us a grade or whatever. Cruella, I'm going to say, was surprising to me. I went in with really no expectations. I really don't care about the character. 101 Dalmatians was not even close to one of my favorite Disney films. I watched the one with Glenn Close when I was a young kid, but like I said, I didn't really care much about the character. Emma Stone does a great job playing this character, playing Cruella. Emma Thompson does a great job playing the bad person, if you're going to call Cruella the good guy in the film. The good woman, I'm sorry. It gives an interesting backstory. But what makes this movie good for me is the side characters, Jasper and Horace. Jasper and Horace and their dog, and even Cruella's dog, is what makes this movie enjoyable to me. I loved those two, and I loved them just pickpocketing people, learning to survive on their own. I liked the clothing battle off that they'd have throughout the film. Overall, it's a decent enough film. It wasn't anything great, but it's far from anything bad. I enjoyed myself. Daniel?
I want to say this movie was so much fun. I had a blast during this movie. I mean, like I say, Emma Stone is like phenomenal. She is so great in this script and the acting and the way it was portrayed and the side characters, like Matt said. I mean, you can't get a better just fun romp. I mean, the characters are just so much fun. Like, even the animals were just like amazing. I mean, I had a blast. You know, I got nothing negative to say about that movie. It was phenomenal.
All right, before we go on to Tony, Adams had seen it, loved it. Wasn't what I expected. Had a good twist. Thought it was a great backstory while staying true to 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Tony, did you watch Cruella?
I did. I actually watched it on HBO Max with the family.
You mean Disney Plus?
Disney Plus.
Sorry, Disney Plus. Paid the extra money, watched it at the house, and saved a little money than all four of us going to the theater. And it was, I see it from a slightly different standpoint because I'm watching it with a 9-year-old and a 16-year-old. So it had some elements about drinking and some language and stuff that they kind of put in it to reinforce the evilness of the character and stuff that I didn't think was probably needed for something that's kind of spun off of what was originally a kid's cartoon kind of thing. But they had to modernize it. They had to make it more evil for this modern age that we're in. But I got to tell you, Emma Stone knocks it out of the park. There's one scene where she's standing at the fountain where she's kind of deciding to embrace this life that she's chosen, and she goes through a range of emotions and literally what's about an 8 or 9 minute take, and they never cut. And from the beginning to the end, she just knocks it out of the park. So I wasn't expecting a lot. I was more expecting this was for the kids, but I was blown away by what she did. I wish they had a little bit less stuff in it from the drinking and stuff they kind of showed because of the kids watching it. But other than that, you know, I was surprised and I enjoyed it.
All right. Danny says Emma Stone fire, and Chance, it was awesome. Was not expecting much going into either, but I was pleasantly surprised. Now the $64,000 question. Bethany, did you see Cruella?
I did.
There we go.
I saw Cruella.
All right. What's your review?
It's okay. It wasn't anything special. It was fun. I liked the soundtrack a lot to it. I liked the side characters, like you said, especially Anita and Roger. I liked their inclusion, how they're incorporated into the story. I'm really glad that like they kind of came back around from that opening scene with the Dalmatians, because that was an interesting scene, especially because she just kind of stands there.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that they came back around with that and like explained why that was. I wish they would have had the actress in that scene do something different than just that the entire time. I guess that's what you get for working with CG dogs, but otherwise, yeah, it's fun. I don't necessarily think it's worth the $30 Disney Plus price. Definitely not. Disney Plus is really knocking out of the park with like the TV shows, but when it comes to the movies like Mulan and Cruella, they're not good. They're like Mulan is not good. Cruella is okay. Cruella's fun. If you want to see it, I recommend seeing it. You don't have to go out of your way to see it. It'll be up in a month or two for free if you want to wait that long, or if you want to go see it in a theater, go see it in a theater.
All right, Bethany, what would you grade it?
I give it a B.
All right.
It's not
Daniel?
bad. Acting's really good. The movie itself is very pretty and fun to watch. It feels very good. Like it doesn't feel like, when people set things in like the 70s, even though they're made in modern times and they just don't look right. Like it's got a nice like grit and stuff to it, and the color is really nice. So that's really cool. I liked all that. For the most, like I said, the soundtrack's good. The outfits are really nice. Everything they do is fun. So B.
All right, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with either a B or a B plus just because I liked it. I agree. I think you could tell they used a lot of CG, but the thing is, it was very cohesive. The story was cohesive. There wasn't a lot of sitting around going, "Okay, are we gonna move on?" I mean, it kept you entertained the whole thing, kept you involved, and you kind of everybody had like their own kind of character and niche, and look at the Dalmatians, they were mean and stuff, and it was just fun. It was just a fun movie. Like I just loved it. I thought it was great.
All right.
Again,
I'm going to give it a B minus myself. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much, and this was pleasantly surprising. So I'm going to go B minus. Tony?
I give it a C plus. I thought Emma Stone did a really good job in it. The CG dogs kind of bothered me a little bit. I know they were kind of the comic relief in it.
The Dalmatians, I think, were the only things that were really CG, which was interesting.
The dog with the eye patch was
he CG?
Yeah.
A lot of the dogs were.
It was realistic. It looked really good.
Yeah, like the only ones that looked CG to me, and again, like I don't have y'all's background with that kind of stuff. The only ones that look CG to me were the Dalmatians.
Her original dog that follows her and drops down into the pillows when she first goes into the building and stuff, all of that was CG. I mean, it was.
Well, yeah, like that stuff is, but like I think the Dalmatians in every scene were like CG almost.
But they were used well. It was comic relief and stuff like that. I thought Emma knocked it out of the park, but I kind of treat it where if I'd watch it again, I don't see myself watching this again anytime soon. If it's free or not, if it's on TV, I'd probably change the channel. So the best I can see.
Okay.
All right.
I would probably watch it again if it was free. Yeah.
All right.
Not that harsh.
I want the soundtrack. Darby says Bethany saw a movie. Haven't seen it, just living for the memes. And then we got Adam who says he gives it a B. Gaslight Gatekeeper. And the outfit reveals, though. Yes, great part of the movie. All right, we're going to move on to another review here. We are going to go ahead, and this one's older, so we're going to do this one quite quick because we haven't done this one since we came back here. We're going to do Mortal Kombat. If you can think back that far, we're going to do quick reviews. I'll start. Mortal Kombat, it was good. I enjoyed the action. I liked some of the characters. It was a fine movie for me. It just lacked the most important thing that it needed. And this isn't really a spoiler. It's been out for a while. It needed a tournament. And guess what? There's no tournament. So that just sank it real low for me. The movie itself is not terrible, but there was no tournament, and that completely just took me out of the movie itself. Tony?
It was. I've never been a huge fan of the Mortal Kombat series. I'm not invested in the characters. It had a lot of language. That being said, the Kane character to me was the funniest of the whole group. His attitude, his act, the way, to me, that was great. But if I could rate the first 5 minutes, that opening sequence they did, I give the dude an A. The lighting, the camera work, the attention to detail, it just kind of goes downhill past that first 5 minutes when it turns into Mortal Kombat action movie. I thought it was silly that there is no true actual Mortal Kombat part. They kind of left it wide open for part 2, but all in all, it was just okay for me.
Bethany?
I saw it.
Yay. What's your quick
I'm going
review
to
on it?
disagree with Darby there. I don't know anything about Mortal Kombat. I've played the game like one time, and I got killed. I've never seen the original movies. I thought it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't know anything about Mortal Kombat. I was just there to watch it. I don't know. I don't remember any of their names now, but the guy that says, "Get over here," and everything, he was my favorite. I watched it for him. That was the one scene I wanted to watch. I remember seeing some people saying especially his character, none of his lines are in English except for "Get over here." And he's the Japanese character, isn't he? And then the Ice Sub-Zero is Chinese, or they're the other way around.
Yeah, it's one of those, yeah.
And there's no reason for him to really say English except to speak in English, except to use that iconic line. I don't get the point of complaining about that. That's a very stupid thing to complain about. I thought it was a lot of fun. I didn't like that they wasted Shark Teeth Girl. That seemed like a waste. But yeah, it was fun. Hey, I was right about Tuesday.
Yes. All right, Daniel?
Well, there was one character or one person that I knew, that Hiroyuki Sanada. I know him from, I think he was in several movies or series that I've seen, and he was great. To me, he was a standout role or standout actor in this movie. I agree with Matt and everybody. The visuals are amazing, but the story was just so lacking in just originality, just kind of So to me, that really brought it down for me. So I wasn't really a big fan of it, other than the visuals. The visuals was great, but story.
All right, give us your quick grade there, Daniel. What do you got?
I'm gonna have to go with a C-.
All right. Yeah, I'm thinking C- as well. That sounds about right, Tony.
C-.
And Bethany?
I'll give it a B. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I would probably watch it again.
All right.
I had no problem with it.
So that was our review for Mortal Kombat. We have a few more reviews, but we're going to jump back into our bracket here just so that we can keep that moving along. In case you are just joining us, here on the right side, it's Kate Beckinsale, Michelle Rodriguez, Zoe Saldana, and Lucy Liu. But now we're going to move to the left side of the bracket here to get that one kind of going. These were our picks to start off with. This is for Best Female Action Star. We're going to start with Sigourney Weaver versus Uma Thurman. So, Tony, why don't you start us off with Sigourney Weaver, Uma Thurman, and you all let us know in the comments which one your pick is, Sigourney Weaver or Uma Thurman. Tony?
I was never a big Kill Bill fan, and to me, that's kind of Uma Thurman's one claim to fame, at least from an action standpoint. I could be wrong, but Sigourney Weaver, in my mind, just the scenes in Aliens 2, Alien 1, it was a horror movie. Aliens 2 kind of cemented her as an action star, the way they kind of flipped it and put her on the aggressive side. So for me, it's Sigourney Weaver.
All right. Bethany?
I'm going to go with Uma because, again, like Darby said, Poison Ivy in Batman. And also she I think there's a Fall Out Boy song named after her, or she's at least mentioned in a Fall Out Boy song, and Sigourney Weaver is not mentioned in a Fall Out Boy song. So, Uma all the way.
All right. Daniel, I can only imagine which one you're going to pick here.
Well, I mean, Sigourney Weaver was my choice, and the only thing I can say about her is like she has, to her credit, she has like maybe 109 movies that she's been in. A lot of those are like action type movies, as well as serious movies. Well, to me, she's just like such a seasoned actress, phenomenal. You can't beat her. And like she's a little bit older than Uma probably. I don't know. But but to me, she's like one of those quintessential people. Movies would not be the same without her. So to me, she is like the ultimate.
All right, and I chose Uma Thurman for this bracket for Kill Bill alone. I mean, you should have a lot more action movies to your name if you're going to be the best female action star. But everything she did in Kill Bill was chef's kiss. She was absolutely perfect in Kill Bill, and I mean. We get a bunch of people who get to kill aliens every day, but how many get to kill the Crazy 88? All right, come on now.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman wiped through all those ninjas, samurai, whatever you want to call them. She wiped through them. So I believe that's 2-2 here, and y'all get your votes in. We're going to start it off, and Darby says Uma, so 3-2. Cindy with Uma, 4-2. This is just letting Tony know that she was also in Batman. Jamie agreeing with Tony, who said Sigourney, so 4-3. We've got Uma for sure, so I believe that's 5-3. 6-3. Uma Thurman in the monkey suit all the way. Yes. Let's see. Ripley was originally written as a male character. Yes, which is but Uma, because Batman, and he suffered lasting injuries from Bill. So Uma there for Tim. Amy. Everybody say hi, Amy. She joined
Amy.
Uma Thurman as well. So is that 9-3?
Yes.
9-3, Uma Thurman. That might pretty much be going once there, going twice, and sold. That's going to be Uma Thurman rocking her way into the next round. So we're going to get ready for our next matchup. So y'all get ready to do those comments. That next matchup here should be a good one. It's Charlize Theron against Angelina Jolie. Can't wait to see who comes out of this side because these two are going to be a very good matchup against one another. So, Angelina Jolie, Charlize Theron. We're going to start with Daniel this time.
Man, that's a tough one. Lord have mercy. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to say Charlize Theron. And part of the reason why is because me and her have the same birthday, by the way. We're on the same day. I have to, she's kind of like we have a kinship. Yes. Even though we don't.
All right. Yeah. Charlize Theron coming from Daniel Bethany. I wonder who you're going to take.
Darby, you spelled Charlize wrong there. It's Charlize, and it's not even close. Angelina's just really known for, like, in action, like for Tomb Raider, in my opinion. Charlize has Mad Max. She has, I just like completely blanked out. Hancock. She's in
Atomic Blonde.
The Last Guard, or The Old Guard on Netflix. And of course, the best one is Atomic Guard because one, she did like almost every single stunt in that movie. She trained with Keanu Reeves when he was preparing for John Wick in that. The big, like, kind of boss fight right there, toward, like, the climactic fight in Atomic Blonde, where she is just going to town on these dudes and getting beat up and all that, like, just... No, none of those are actually that great because I can't even think of them, Darby. And I have seen all three of those, so don't even start. Charlize, she's just better overall, and she does all of her own stunts. Nothing against Angelina Jolie. I think Angelina Jolie's great. Charlize is just the better action star.
All right, Tony, I wonder where you're going.
Charlize is here because of Angelina Jolie.
Bull!
Angelina Jolie paved the path for Charlize to be here. She was doing movies when Charlize was not even thought of. I mean, if you go all the way back, if I go back to what, Tomb Raider, when did that come out?
Early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s, way back. And then you wrap up, you go with Wanted, which is one of the, and you said you don't remember it. I'd watch that movie I'd watch it right now.
She curved the freaking bullet. Okay.
Salt, another great movie, which you probably have remembered. I'd watch that again right now. Gone in 60 Seconds. I mean, she epitomizes what you would imagine a female action star
What
would
does
be.
she even do in those movies,
Mr. and
though?
Mr.
Like,
and
what
Mrs.
does she do
Smith.
in those movies? Except for
Mr.
Mr.
and
and
Mrs.
Mrs. and
Smith.
Tomb Raider.
All right,
She
I'm gonna
doesn't do
separate you two.
anything.
She does it all. I mean,
No.
the only thing that Charlize has going for her is Atomic Blonde. Yeah, I mean, in
Have
my
you
mind,
seen Mad Max Fury Road?
I did. Come on.
You're telling me Furiosa is not one of the most bad A.
Nah, not even close. She shaved her head. She shaved her head. Right. Okay, big whoop.
All right. I'm going to stop you all there before we get too far down these comments. All right. I am also going to go with Angelina Jolie. Charlize is very good. I love her as an actress, but I like her more in her dramatic type roles, Devil's Advocate, things like that, than I do as an action star. I really do. I think her dramatic range is a lot better than Angelina Jolie's, where I see Angelina more as the action star than I do Charlize. But they're both great, mind you. But I'm going to go with Angelina Jolie in this one. So I believe that's 2-2, is it? My counter there with the face that hates me right now. All right, let's see if I can get back here.
Horrible taste.
Remember to please remember to when you all comment, just try to keep no bad words in them. Otherwise, I won't be able to pop them up here. Just try to keep it clean here in the comments as we get spicy here on the show. All right, so I know Phil says Furiosa, but I also saw down lower that he changed his vote to Angelina after listening to Tony. So we're going to table that one for a second. All right, Tim says Furiosa, so Charlize Theron 3-2. Angelina, it's not even close. All right, so there's those two. All right, Chance, who I can't pop up because of what you wrote, but Chance did pick Charlize Theron. So 4-3, Charlize, is that right?
Yes.
All right, then Darby starts listing a bunch of movies. Tim says Charlize.
We already had Tim's.
We already got Tim's. Okay, a lot of fighting words. All right. Hold on one second. Get back up here. There we go. It's getting spicy. Sorry, Bethany, but I have to go with Angelina. All right. So this is from D. And this where Phil says, Tony has changed my mind. I'm swapping to Angelina. Angelina it is from Amy as she comes in here. Then we got, don't forget Aeon Flus. Then we still got more fighting going on. Jamie in here says Angelina. Chance says Charlize, but I believe we've already counted chances.
I don't think we did. I don't know.
So is that, what do we got?
It's like 6-5 or 6-4, one of the two.
6-5 or 6-4 for Angelina. So if anybody else wants Charlize, I'll give you.
It should be Charlize. Y'all, this bracket has been going my way all night, and y'all are going to screw me out on my pick. I've been winning every bracket so far tonight, and y'all are going to screw me out on Charlize. I will quit.
Going what?
Y'all are so freaking rude to me.
Going twice.
Y'all are so rude. Thank you. It's Charlize.
No,
hey, Phil switched back.
Phil swapped back to Charlize.
So it's like 6-6 now, or 6-5. I don't know, but it's back.
It's easy.
It's Charlize.
That's not even close.
It's Charlize, and it's close.
My dog says Charlize. All right, looking at that, I believe after you tallied back up, it came up 6-5 in favor of Angelina.
I don't think so. I think it comes out even.
Not even close.
I think no, because Phil made it 6 for you, and we were at 5 with that. I think, or even if we were at 4 with Charlize in that, it would still be 5-5 now because Phil moved back. Phil made it 6. I think we were at 4. So if you move Phil's vote back to Charlize, then it's 5-5.
All right.
It's a tie.
We're going to take a look here. All right.
I'm pretty sure it's a tie.
All right. So
shut up, Darby.
All right. So go ahead and put the numbers back up. We're going to go through it one more time just so that there's no cheating. All right. So it is 2-2. All right. Let me go all the way back up here. Thank you for sticking with us, our lovely commenters. All right. So Phil had flip-flopped so many times, but he did go back to Furiosa. So give that to
Phil. Really?
He did go back.
No.
All right. Tim went to Furiosa. So that's 4 for Charlize. So it's 4-2. All right. Now it's 4-3. All right. And then Chance says Charlize with that one right there. So 5-3. All right, here we go. All right, Tim's already said it. Let's see. Get back to Chance. All right, D came up here. She said Angelina. So 5-4. All right, there we go. And Amy came up in here, 5-5. All right, so taking a look. And Jamie came in here with Angelina. So it is 6-5. Angelina looking. I don't see any other names. It is 6-5. Angelina Jolie is moving on to the next round after going back and recounting the votes. So we'll be Angelina Jolie moving on. So if we take a look at our bracket right here, as Bethany collects herself, it'll be Uma Thurman and Angelina Jolie on the left. So let's go ahead and knock out the right real fast while we still have all of you beautiful viewers here. Thank you for sticking with us through this. It's going to be Kate Beckinsale versus Michelle Rodriguez. We'll try to do this one a bit faster. So pick Kate Beckinsale or Michelle Rodriguez.
We wouldn't have taken so long.
Try not to flip-flop in the comments if you can. All right, Kate Beckinsale.
No more flip-flopping. Your first vote counts.
Yeah,
I will take your first vote so that we don't flip-flop.
Your first vote counts.
Yes, your first vote will count. So Michelle Rodriguez or Kate Beckinsale. I'm going to go Michelle Rodriguez for basically everything I stated earlier. I believe Kate is the better rom-com type actress. She likes being those romantic type dramas more, and Michelle Rodriguez is more the action person. So I'm going to go Michelle Rodriguez. Daniel.
Michelle Rodriguez.
All right, Bethany.
I don't like this anymore.
Give me a name, Bethany.
Charlize Theron. This is.
I'm with you, Bethany.
Yes. Where's the My Pillow guy? I'm starting. This is rigged. This is rigged against me.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go with Kate because she put her fingers in a man's neck.
All right, Kate for Bethany. Tony.
I'm going to go with Rodriguez.
All right, so that is 3 for Michelle Rodriguez, 1 for Kate Beckinsale. Hopefully everybody got their votes in here. If you haven't get your votes in here, I think I see 3 so far. Darby's going with Michelle, so that's 4-1. Phil, 5-1 with Michelle. And Jamie, 6-1 with Michelle. So I think it's probably going to be Michelle Rodriguez unless 5 of you come out of nowhere. Uh-oh, we got 1 here. So Kate right here for Van Helsing. Very good. Kate here again. So that's 6-3. Amy comes in with Michelle. And Michelle once again here from D. All right, I think that's pretty much going to do it. 8-3. Okay.
8-4.
Still. All right, I won't stop if the votes keep coming in. So 8-4. I'm going to give you a few more seconds.
Please start spamming the chat with Kate because this is BS. This is very unfair. This is unfair to me. Okay, I was winning the bracket, and then y'all want to screw me over because you like Angelina Jolie, and she's not even that great. Okay, and y'all didn't even name her in Maleficent, which was way better than all the other movies you named. Okay, if you had named Maleficent, I would have voted for her, but you didn't even mention it, so I was not gonna mention it. Okay.
All right, Michelle Rodriguez moving on there. So Michelle Rodriguez takes that top corner up there to herself. Now for the bottom corner, it's Zoe Saldana and Lucy Liu. So y'all get your votes in quick here for either Zoe Saldana or Lucy Liu. As Matt
Thank you, Matt, for coming in late and
supporting
me.
Here with a K. All right, so Zoe Saldana, Lucy Liu. This should actually be a pretty good fight here. I'm going to go with Lucy Liu. Love Zoe Saldana. She absolutely deserves to be here, but I like Lucy Liu just a little bit more. Daniel.
Zoe.
All right. Zoe. Bethany.
I'm going to go with Zoe. I know I said it's like Lucy Liu and you don't give her than Lucy Liu, but if someone's going to give Lucy Liu a run for her money, it's going to be Zoe.
All right. Tony.
I love Zoe. I'm going to go with that.
All right. So that's 3-1 for Zoe Saldana. All right. Y'all vote Zoe Saldana or Lucy Liu. Looks like we're starting here with Darby, who says Zoe. So 4-1, 5-1. Phil saying lucky number 11 is a vote for Lucy Liu. So 5-2. 6-2 Zoe. 7-2. 8-2. So 8-2 for Zoe Saldana.
Mom, where were you like 3 minutes ago when I needed a Charlize vote? Where were you?
All right, Zoe, going once, going twice.
We will have a discussion about this, and you will end up in the nursing home.
And Zoe Saldana moves on. D comes in with Lucy right at the last second here, but Zoe already had a humongous lead. So Zoe Saldana will move on. We'll take a look at the bracket real again here. So on the left side, you're going to have Uma Thurman versus Angelina Jolie. And on the right
You're
side,
going to the nursing home, lady.
you're going to have Michelle Rodriguez versus Lucy Liu. All right. This is getting intense. All right. So real quick, because I didn't expect the brackets to go that long, we have a few more reviews to get on here for you. So I don't know how many people saw it. I know I saw it. In the Heights.
I saw it. Yeah.
All right. I'll start. In the Heights was very good. Loved the musical. Loved Lin-Manuel Miranda. I went in only knowing the opening number song. I made sure I didn't listen to anything else because I wanted to go in cold. This is the big one that he did before he did Hamilton, before everybody knew him for that. I love the music. Love the actors, the choreography. Everything looked great, sounded great. The story kind of slowed it down a little bit for me. Like I said, I didn't know the story going in, but everything else was great. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a feel-good type movie. Watch In the Heights. Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, I started watching it last night, had to go to sleep, and then finished it up today. And let me tell you, I love it. And to me, it's one of those things where, you know, people who write these types of plays and Broadway's, what, you know, they develop a voice, and you definitely get the Louis Manuel, you know, you get his voice as the creator of this production. And, you know, if you've seen Hamilton, you know what you're going to get going into it because it's just fun. It's action. It's just going. But I agree with Matt. The story, to me, kind of just a little bit, you know, could have been better. Some of the stuff for me was like predictable. I kind of like guessed some of it, you know, and that kind of let me down, and I don't like that. But to me, the nice little bow at the end is just like, yeah, that was great. I just love that ending. And to me, that pulled it all together for me. I may have been a little bit on the fence, but at that end, I was like, yeah, that's it. And it was great. I loved it. So.
What was that your polite way of saying you fell asleep at the end?
No. I mean, I was kind of on the fence about whether I really liked it. I was like, if this doesn't come together, I'm not going to like it because I kind of guessed a couple things that happened in the movie. And to me, predictability is the death nail in a movie or a performance or a play. And then at the end, I kind of thought they might be doing that. But when I saw the way they ended it, it was just nice. Really nice.
All right. Bethany, did you see it?
I've seen most of it. I think I've got like 15 or 20 minutes left. I was trying to get it done before the show started.
You guys see the yeah.
So I enjoy it. I think it's good. I like musicals. I'm not a musical person, so I was just kind of like, I don't really want to watch a musical. It's fun. I enjoy it. I think the big criticism of it is that they didn't use any Afro-Latino people, or didn't use as many as there would be in that particular area of New York and Washington Heights, and that's been the main criticism of it. Other than that, and I don't know all the ins and outs of that one. But it's fun. A lot of it is Lin-Manuel Miranda's cast from Hamilton coming in and acting in this one. And there's some new people. You've got Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Dasha, I don't want to butcher her last name, Polanco.
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, from Orange is the New Black. She's in there. So it's fun. It's, you know, if you've got HBO Max and you want something to watch, give it a watch.
All right. And I know Tony did watch it.
No, you'll be surprised. I did watch it. The trailer.
Oh,
I
Tony
did
watched
watch the trailer to it. I watched the trailer.
That's what I thought.
And I saw it was a musical, and I stopped right there.
Yeah. Bethany, what would you rate it?
I'll give it a B.
All right. Daniel?
I'm going to have to go with a C+. I mean, you know, I liked it, but it could have been better. That's just my opinion. You know?
I'll go with a B+ myself as the resident musical lover here of this group. It was very good to me. I really enjoyed it. So, looking back here, we're going to go ahead, while we have a lot of you people here, we're going to go ahead and finish off the bracket portion. Then if you want to stay, we're going to give you our thoughts on Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki. So you might want to check out those. But while we have you all here, we're going to finish out this bracket, and it should be a lot of fun. So on the right side, we'll do the right side first. You got Michelle Rodriguez versus, was it Zoe? Zoe Saldana. So Michelle Rodriguez, Zoe Saldana. We'll start with Tony. Y'all get it. Get your comments down here. Zoe or just escaped.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Zoe or Michelle?
Probably because Michelle seems to play the same character over and over. I kind of lean towards Zoe. She's done a lot of different kinds of characters, and even though they're action related, it's a different take on some of them. So I'm going to go with Zoe.
All right, Bethany.
I might disagree a little with that because a lot of Zoe's action characters are the like strong bad A type, especially like when you look at Losers or Gamora. I don't know her character's name in the Losers, but I mean that's how they are. Now she does have a little bit more range, a little bit more freedom with it. But if you watch, especially the newer Fast and Furious movies, the arc that Michelle Rodriguez's character has in that, plus the fact that she was like, "Please let me fight Gina Carano." I know it, that whole thing in the one Fast and Furious movie. That's pretty sick. So this one's hard. But I'm gonna go with Zoe.
All right, Daniel.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Zoe just because like the whole Star Trek stuff and the Avengers roles that she did. To me, I just love her acting and her roles that she plays in general. So I'm all the way Zoe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zoe Saldana here too, and it's real close because Michelle was my girl from that right side. But I said if she went up against Zoe, then I would pick Zoe. So I think that's clean sweep from us for Zoe Saldana. Let's take a look at the comments here. We've got another one for Zoe. Darby says Zoe, Chance with Zoe, Amy with Zoe, and my beautiful wife coming in with Michelle. All right, so it looks like I'm not sure what you got there. Is it 8-1?
Yes.
Or is that 6? Yeah, 8-1 right there. And Michelle is good, but I'll go with Zoe. That's from D there. So it looks like Zoe's going to take that right side of the bracket. So Zoe Saldana is going to win the right side. And let's see who she squares off against in the finale. This should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, Bethany won't get too hurt here. You've got Uma Thurman versus Angelina Jolie on the left side here. Y'all put down in the comments which one you're going with, Uma Thurman or Angelina Jolie. I'm going to pick Uma Thurman. She was my pick to be in this, and everything she did in Kill Bill. I like her in a few other roles as well that she does outside of that. But I'm going to go with Uma Thurman. Tony, I know, is going to go with Angelina Jolie. Tony?
I mean, all she's got is Kill Bill in my mind. You're talking about she was in Batman. That was not a great performance, I thought. I mean, Angelina Jolie, to me, has done a breadth of different characters, whether someone likes them or not. And she has, I think, helped define the action genre for women. So it's like Angelina Jolie, easy.
All right. Bethany?
Uma.
Daniel?
I want to tell you, I was going to bring it. I actually have an action figure of Uma from Kill Bill. It's like
where's Angelina Jolie's action figure?
I bet you she's holding a samurai sword, which is all she can do.
Does Angelina Jolie have an action figure? And you can't say Tomb Raider because Lara Croft existed before Angelina Jolie.
I've got it, and it's still in the package, and I was going to bring it, but I didn't. But anyways, Uma for me, please. Thank you.
All right. So we're starting off the panel here with 3 for Uma Thurman, 1 for Angelina Jolie. To the comments we go. Let's see. Start off with Amy, Angelina. So 3-2, 4-2. Uma coming in. I got to go with Angie. So 4-3. Trying to get to you, Darby here. Angelina Jolie. Jamie with Angelina. So it's at 5-4 for Angelina. Batman is great. It must be the movie. Tim said
the next one.
There we go. So 5-5 is what we have now. We even counted them up correctly. So 5-5. Let's see if we get another comment in here. I have not seen my brother's comment. I don't see one from D, so we'll give them a little bit longer.
Did y'all see, while we're waiting on this, did any of y'all watch the new Conjuring?
No.
I started watching it.
Matt, you haven't seen the new Conjuring?
I watched the first Conjuring, and that was
saving.
No, the new one is so good. The new one is so good.
Phil says I'm eating.
We've got a few things here. We left off on Tim saying Uma. Phil says I'm eating. It's Uma Thurman and Angelina Jolie. We need your pick. D, what did we say here? I love both these women so much, but I'll stick with Angelina again. So sorry, Bethany. All right. Phil, give us Angelina or Uma. Phil says Beatrice Kiddo. That is Uma Thurman.
It's 6-6.
So 6-6 as the two of them come in here.
Why haven't y'all watched The Conjuring? Matt, you really need to watch the new Conjuring.
I gotta watch the second one first before I watch.
You don't need to watch the second one. You just need to watch the new one. You're not missing anything if you don't watch the second one. Watch the new one. The new one is very good. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
You should definitely watch it.
It is 6-6 between Angelina Jolie and Uma Thurman. I think everybody who's voted in this entire thing has already voted. So the way this is going to work, much to the chagrin of one of our lovely movie rounders here, is the audience is the one who speaks for the brackets. So we must remove all of the movie rounders' votes and let the audience have it, which would take 3 votes away from Uma Thurman, and that would move Angelina Jolie into the final. Because the audience
I thought this was seeding.
The movie rounders.
What's the seed there, Matt? What's the seed?
If there was seeding, I could seed them, but I can't seed.
You can seed them, Matt. You're in charge.
Action movies.
It's your bracket.
I can seed movies,
Matt,
but not movie stars.
No.
If I start saying one woman is better than the other woman, I might get kicked off the internet. So
I can say that one woman is better than another woman because I'm the only woman on the show.
So
none of you can have an opinion on women. This entire bracket, every male vote in this is your own men. You're not allowed to have an opinion on women, especially when you're comparing 2 women. I can have an opinion because I'm a woman.
I love women. How about that? I mean,
you don't have a uterus. You don't understand the struggle.
So what we're gonna do? Usually I would go with the higher seed, but there is no seeding in this because we're doing actresses. So it has to be our votes taken out.
Matt.
So it's gonna move Angelina Jolie.
Matt, you need to think very hard about this. You need to think very long and very hard about this, Matt, okay?
You should. If Becky could grab another friend to vote for Uma Thurman.
Matt, it's a tie.
But you can always remember it was a tie going into tie.
It is a tie. And if you do this, Matt.
All right, so here's what we'll do.
Matt, so you're saying that Donald Trump couldn't vote for himself in the election, and if it was a tie, they would have to remove his vote?
Hold on, so that we don't get all political here. Hold on.
I'm just saying, if you're the sitting president and you vote for yourself, and then it's a tie, and we have to let the people speak.
All right.
So you just remove the sitting president's vote?
Hold on. Since we're in the final round, only because it's the final round and we don't have to juggle this whole thing, we're just going to have a triple threat match for the final round. All right. They did tie. It was voted, so they all did tie. We're just going to do a triple threat. So for the final, for our wonderful audience members who are still here loving the spice that we have going on here, it is going to be 3 competitors for the final. It is going to be Zoe Saldana versus Angelina Jolie versus Uma Thurman, and that's what it's going to be. So vote with your hearts there in the comments. Pick one person: Angelina Jolie, Uma Thurman, Zoe Saldana. Okay. We're going to start with Daniel on this. Which one gets your vote?
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana from Daniel down there. Bethany.
Zoe Saldana.
All right, that's 2. Tony.
Angelina.
Angelina. And I am, of course, going to go with Uma Thurman because she was my pick going into this.
I don't have 3 hands. So
we're going to help you
out.
So we have 2 for Zoe Saldana, 1 for Angelina Jolie, and 1 now for Uma Thurman. All right. So I'm going to give you all a bunch of time down here to get your votes in because we went through that one quite quick. But remember, Angelina Jolie, Zoe Saldana, Uma Thurman, those are your 3 lovely ladies for best female action star. And we are starting to get some votes in. Amy says Angelina. So that is 2-2-1. Darby with Angelina. That is 3 for Angelina. Zoe comes back, makes it 3-3. All right, Zoe 4-3. Angie 4-4. Zoe 5-4. Phil coming in with Uma. Uma with a second vote. So we have Zoe with 5, Angelina with 4, Uma with 2. All right, I'm going to give a little bit more time here for anybody who else didn't vote. I'm looking through here. I don't see one from D.
D, you can redeem yourself in my eyes if you cast the right vote here.
Do I see Chance? Yeah, we got Chance. Okay. I don't see D is the only one I don't see.
D, you can, I mean, we're already winning, but we can secure the win. We can get the go-ahead goal. Okay.
All right. Going once. Going twice.
You got to give them 30 seconds. They have a delay.
That's it. I already said no switching, Phil. You can't switch anymore. So that's it. It will be Zoe Saldana is your best female action star.
Wait, D. You didn't get time.
Did D come in here? I just see more Angelina, so it was nice knowing you, Angie. I'm guessing. I don't know if that was a vote for Angie or if she was.
I think it's a vote for Angie. She said it was nice knowing you, and she knows she's on thin ice already. So we already decided.
So that was a vote for Angie. So
Matt,
that's all of our people. So we're going to say that Zoe Saldana and Angelina Jolie are your best female action stars because we don't have any more votes. And everybody has voted. And I'm not allowing
you got to pull us out of the mix. And what did the fans say?
No.
Shut up over there, Tony.
Angelina
loses a vote. Shut up.
Female action stars. Thank you. That was great. We've gone way over our time. But as promised, that is our bracket. You have 2. If you want to go with the movie rounders need to remove their votes, then you can have your Angelina. If you want to go with everybody's vote counts, then you go with
this. Is a democracy, not a dictatorship.
So that's the end of our brackets. All right, what we're going to do is we're now going to talk quick about Falcon and Winter Soldier, what we thought about that as a whole, and give that a grade. And then Loki will also be. So if you want to stick around, that is what is up next. Here is Falcon and Winter Soldier. I see Bethany has been muted. I can't believe y'all just muted my girl.
This is cool. I'm literally the only woman on the show, and you're trying to silence me. Okay.
All right. Bethany, you go first.
Facebook comments. I will go in the YouTube comments. I will come to your house and get on your computer screen over your shoulder. Anyways.
All right, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Give us your quick review recap of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I agree with Tim's comment there. The characters trump the plot in this. The plot for Falcon and Winter Soldier was weak sauce. First of all, it was a 6-episode series, and it didn't really kick off. And kind of kicked off at the end of episode 3, where he freaking murked someone in the middle of the street. But it wasn't great. The characters were good. I liked the character dynamics. I'm really glad they brought Zemo back. I'm glad they brought Sharon back. Definitely deserved more than what she got in the movies. I'm glad that they bought the Dora Milaje and everything. And Anthony and Sebastian did great. Even your side characters, you have Isaiah Bradley, you have Sam's family, and all that kind of stuff was great. But the show, they took so long to do anything And then like they have like the 5th episode is dedicated to them doing nothing while they have no episodes left. And they're like, we're just gonna continue to do nothing and show how they're best friends now, and that's cool, but it didn't do enough. And also John Walker just gets off scot-free over there. And everybody's just cool with him now because
reasons.
it was not good.
What grade
and
would you give it?
that sucks because it was on the heels of WandaVision, which is so great, and it's it's right before Loki, which is really good so far. So could have been a lot better.
What grade would you give it, Bethany?
Like a C.
C. All right. Tony, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Everybody knows I'm a huge Captain America fan. And I love where they were headed with the story. I don't like how they tried to politicize it a little too much. I don't like how they tried to show the life of what a superhero might have outside of being a superhero. I go to watch a movie because I want to be taken away. I want to see the excitement. I want the humor, and I don't so much watch it because I want to see a drama or something like that. So I kind of got lost in the murk of it. I do love the interplay between the two lead characters. When they're hitting, they're great. I mean, they play back off of each other so well. But all in all, it just kind of fell flat for me. For me, it's a C.
Yeah, I think Zemo, Daniel Bruhl carried the show, honestly.
Daniel?
Well, to me, it goes back to that whole, are you born with your natural ability, or are you just a human being who's been modified? And see, to me, when you put in a pot of water and you boil it all down, the story is about what do you do once you get the power, and to me, that's the point of the whole story. Like that, all the other stuff is superfluous. It's about what if you give somebody who's kind of really evil power versus just giving somebody who's actually kind of good power, and then you see what they do with it. That's the whole meaning of the whole story. But I agree, the story's kind of weak. I mean, in my opinion, yeah, it's fun. It picks up, gets a lot of steam, but it could have been a lot better. I'm going to go with a C.
I mean, but we kind of already knew what would happen if you gave someone bad power, because we saw that in the first Captain America movie, Red Skull versus Steve. Like, we know what's going to happen with that. We know, like, Sam had to take it. We know Sam would turn out good.
Right.
We know that Bucky is the way he is because he was forced into doing something. He had no control over that, and he's trying to make amends for it. John Walker, you could see that coming from a mile away.
Right.
And, so...
Yeah, it was a very meh type series for me. With WandaVision, I was getting up at 4 a.m. to see what happened in the next episode. With this, it was kind of just there. It just kind of sets them up for future what they're going to do. I had some good parts with Zemo and Dormalaji. Other than that, it was just a very meh type show. I'd give it a C myself. It wasn't anything to get too excited about. Yeah. But before we let you go, you beautiful viewers, we are going to do our review of episode 1 and maybe a little bit of episode 2 of Loki and our thoughts on that. I'll start since I'm in the last one. This was the one I was least looking forward to when they announced those 3 series. Loki was amazing in the Avengers. He's not been good since. And I really did not care about his character. I didn't even care when he died in Endgame. He just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
He didn't die in Endgame. He died in Infinity War, first of all.
Or Infinity War. I'm sorry. They all kind of meshed together. They're all just one big movie. So when he died in Infinity War, it didn't really – I was meh. And then the whole time travel thing, when I saw the trailers for it and all that, I was very meh. So I watched episode 1. It was okay to me. I had nothing to write home about. Then I watched episode 2 to try and see where they're going to go with this. And when they had the big reveal of where they're going with this, I was kind of, okay. I'm just not interested in this series whatsoever. And I feel like I should be, but I'm not. Daniel?
Well, I mean, to me, this is the one that I've been waiting for. I love Loki, and I love all of his antics. I love the actor that plays him. I love the character. I love the dynamics of who he is. He's not somebody that's going to, he's tricky. He'll lie to you, all this, and, and then but to me, I really like the whole heart aspect of it. I like that he's a villain, yeah, but he's a person too. I mean, I'm getting into that whole thing. I love the character development. I love the anachronistic setting of the world, and there's gears and times, and there's a little bit of steampunk, and the whole deal with the Mobius thing. That is, like, if you don't know who Mobius is as a comic book artist, you need to check that out, because it's a sort of a throwback to this amazing artist from France back in the 50s that was making all these amazing worlds and scenes. A lot of the scenery in this this show is based on his artwork, and that alone by itself, from an art standpoint and production and set value, is phenomenal. And I think it's gonna be a very good series, and I hope you all give it a chance.
Tony?
I've still got 15 minutes left of the second episode, so I don't know how the big reveal is what you're referring to, but I got to say, up to this point, I am loving it. It's everything I expected. He's the character you love to hate, and he does it so well, I really don't like him, because he's such a good character. He plays that role so well. But I got to say, when it comes to the casting of this, them bringing in Owen Wilson was unbelievable. He changes the whole gamut of the story. I mean, he's such a good counterweight to Loki's character when they're on screen, and I'm loving it. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. I don't know what the reveal is, but it's keeping me guessing when they do that funny little reveal with the Infinity Stones. There's jaw dropping. It's because there's so much been made about those. I was like, oh yeah, it's
paperweights.
I know, it's like it's great. I mean, for someone who loves the characters and have really invested a lot of time in the story, and to me, it's given me a lot more than Falcon and the Winter Soldier ever did. So I'm loving it.
Bethany?
I think it's a lot of fun. Tom Hiddleston could have a chemistry with a rock, and he's great. He is phenomenal on the screen. Owen Wilson is crushing it. I think this is a really fun show. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in the next episode. Like this one, I'm actually looking forward to the next episit versus Falcon the Winter Soldier. I was like, okay, the next episode's coming out. Like, they're gonna do something. Like this one, like they're actually doing things. It reminds me a little bit of how I felt when I watched WandaVision, where I really looked forward to the next episode and was excited and everything, versus Falcon the Winter Soldier. It's just kind of like you're looking forward to the next episode because you're like, they're gonna do something now, right? They're gonna do something now, right? And they never did anything. So
they're putting their money where the mouth is.
Yeah.
They're doing it.
And it was really surprising with Falcon Winter Soldier, especially because Bucky is such a popular character in like the fandom itself. And of course, Loki is massively popular. Like he was the reason I think a lot of people got into like the Marvel stuff when they saw Avengers. Like people just fell in love with that character, and like he has like fans the world over, and so him having a show is a lot of fun. It's a little different than I expected it to be. I thought it would be more of a goofy show, but this has some seriousness and some weight to it, and I'm sure it's going to tie into the Doctor Strange movie somehow, so I'm looking forward to it.
All righty, so that's our reviews of all those. We had a few more things, but we have run way over time. Had a great time tonight, spiced it up, and we'll be back. I'm not sure when, but we will be back hopefully soon with a brand new theme. We try to keep the theme based on movies that are coming out. So when Black Widow was coming out, we kind of either picked female action stars or musicals within the Heights, and I lost that as you all voted. So we'll come up with a new polls, new topics, and see which one you all want us to do. And we thank you all for watching us at Movie Rounders Live. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those. And we will see you all next time. Thank you for watching us.
See ya.